So it looks like we're all going to be working from home for a while, which means you're probably going to be doing a lot of video conferencing and possibly some videos to post. Well, what I would like to do is help you make those videos look as good as possible, because I see a lot of bad examples out there of bad lighting and bad sound. So I'm going to show you the basics of lighting and sound. For example, this is not good lighting. This is. What's the trick here? It's having a big diffused light source at about a 45-degree angle from your face. This gives you some nice depth on your face. It actually gives you some shadow, which you want. There's also a nice backlight right here, which separates me from the background. So those are two things that make it look really nice. However, you're thinking to yourself, where do I get a big, nice light source like this at my house? Well, the cool thing is that you already have a big diffused light source. Your window. Yes, everybody's got one, and depending on the angle of your face to that window, it can make you look really good, or it can make you look pretty bad. So, how do you decide which angle that is? Well, I'm going to show you a really cool trick. Grab your phone, like I've got it now, and put it in selfie mode, and we're going to go for a spin. Right here where we are on my swivel chair. Slowly, you're going to turn, looking at yourself, and notice how the light is changing on your face. It's pretty interesting, huh? You get to see pretty fast what looks good and what looks bad. You can even try it from different heights. Look at it from up here, and look at it from down here. Ooh, we definitely don't want that. Make sure you're paying attention to your background. That's very important. So let's imagine the sun has gone down, there's no more light coming in the window, and you still need to video conference. Well, what are you going to do? Well, this looks pretty good. What is this? This is a big lamp that I found at IKEA. It wasn't very expensive, but I'm not sure you can still get them. I got it about a decade ago. Well, that's great, Mike, but where do I find a big, beautiful diffused lamp in the middle of a pandemic with all of the stores closed? Well, that is a legitimate question. I agree. And so I'm going to instead focus with you on things that you do have at home. I bet you have one of these, right? Let's see how this looks. Well, that's pretty bad. It's a small light source, and as we said before, the smaller the light source, the harsher the shadows are on your face, even though it is at 45 degrees. Right? Okay, well, maybe you have one of these. A bigger light bulb, yes, that would definitely help. However, I've got an even cooler solution. A more beautiful solution. Check that out, huh? Isn't that great? How did I do that? Well, I went to the kitchen and found some baking paper or wax paper or whatever you want to call it, put it in front of the light, and I was able to get a big light source from a small light source. It's that easy. Get creative, see what you got, and you're gonna look fantastic. Remember, big light source, 45 degrees, and you're gonna look wonderful unless you do this. Don't do this. What's up with this? I see all these people doing their video conferencing with all this space above their head. Don't do that. You want to keep your eyes at about a third of the way from the top, okay? Great, so we're on to our last subject, sound. The all-important subject of sound, probably even more important than imagery. Why is that? Well, if your audience can't hear what you're saying, they're probably not going to watch your video. So, in order to get good sound, what do you need to do? Well, I'm using an external microphone throughout this entire video. It's right here underneath my sweater. I've got it wrapped with a little cushion to protect it from rustling on my clothing. It's a Rhodes mic. There's a whole bunch of other different brands and so forth, but I really like this one. It's not very expensive. And I'd like you to hear and be able to compare the difference between having an external mic and having just a microphone from your phone. So I'm going to disconnect here. Coronavirus, 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 and you notice that all of a sudden you're hearing an echo in the room. The sound's not as good. And it's going to get even worse if I back up. The farther I get from my phone, the worse the sound quality is going to be. That's because the golden rule of sound is that the microphone and the sound source, me in this case, need to be as close together as possible. If I've only got my laptop or I've got my iPhone or my smartphone, I need to get in close so that I'm closer to the microphone and the sound quality will be better. I'll plug in one more time so you can hear the difference. Dun, dun, dun. And now you notice that the echo has gone. So that's about it. Let's summarize. We've learned about lighting. You want a big diffuse light at 45 degrees. I've given you a really cool trick on how to find the perfect angle when it comes to a light source, whether you're outside, whether you're inside, whether you're in any situation. Put your phone on selfie mode and spin 360 degrees around until you find just the right lighting on your face. And the third thing we've learned is about sound, and that you want to be as close as possible to your microphone. So hopefully with all that, you're going to have a great video conference experience. I hope that you stay safe, stay home. My name is Mike Plonsky, and we'll see you online.